Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies. Hope you all are doing well today. I have a few videos on setting boundaries, and I want to give you a few more tips today to help you set boundaries in your life. So many of you know that I've mentioned this topic comes up a lot on my multiple platforms that I am operating right now. So I want to make sure that I'm able to give you ladies some tips that I wish that I would have had when I was on my journey becoming a professional woman. All right, so the first tip. Oh, and by the way, there are two other videos, ladies, where you can find out more tips on how to set your boundaries. All right, here we go. So my tip for today would be to be very careful of who you spend your time around. Now, I'm only going to give this tip today because I'm actually going to talk a little bit more in terms of storytelling on my end as to why this is important. So when you're trying to set your boundaries, oftentimes there's something that internally you need to do, and there's something that externally needs to happen for someone else to do. So when you think about your time and where your time is going and who you're spending your time around, it can make a really big difference on what kind of boundaries are being set. So let me give you an example. So personally for me, I am very protective of my time, and I make sure that I keep a positive mindset at all times. Now, is everything always positively happening? Of course not. But the way we think about it makes a difference in terms of how we manage it. So I have several kids and an amazing husband. And so a couple years ago, I had a situation come up with my oldest child where she had a friend, and the parent of one of the friends in her class had some concerns about setting up care during the summer. Now, if you're a parent, you know for school-age kids, it's always something you're trying to figure out in terms of what are they going to do during the summer. So she made a comment and she said, well, I'm just so jealous of anybody that already has plans for their kids during the summer. So for me, jealous is something that I don't agree with. I think everybody has their own journey. We should celebrate each other's journey. There's no need for anyone to be jealous. But that word jealous is a negative word. And so what did I decide to do? I decided to keep myself and keep my child away from negative people, to set that boundary that this is something that I'm not going to entertain or be around. So what I ended up doing was I continued to be cordial and be nice to the person. But when it came to events or birthday parties and other things like that, I just decided that we were unavailable. We had other events going on. I couldn't make it. And for a while there, ladies, I got a lot of messages about a lot of events. But then eventually, I stopped receiving those messages and invitations to come to those events. So when you're in a situation where you can set those boundaries and really stay consistent with it and really be mindful as to who you're spending your time with, even though initially it may feel like you're not noticing any changes taking place whatsoever, give yourself a bit of time. After a while, that person or individual will get the hint that, you know what, you don't want to be bothered. You're setting some boundaries. This is just some talk that you don't necessarily want to be a part of. So I hope that this information is helpful for you, because this is something that I just wasn't taught how to do. I had to kind of learn it on my own, and this will be able to help you start to set up some of those boundaries. So if you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be spending just a few moments out of your day with me today. I'm going to try to come back with you next week to give you some more tips on how you can set your boundaries. And I will see you all in the next video. Be sure to actually, before I go, feel free to follow me, like this video if you want to see more, and then subscribe depending on what platform you are watching this on. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye for now.